Hello everybody, official New York Railfan here. Today we are taking a look at my day trip to Altoona with my friend Ethan. We spent about 12 hours there. It was a pain driving down there and it was a pain driving back, but we made the trip nonetheless. So, yeah, hope you guys will enjoy this video. Let's get right into it. We start off our morning with NS12G with a pair of NSGEs on the head end and a NSC6M rebuild in the middle of the train. Our next train is NS10K with yet another pair of NSGEs on the head end. In the middle of 10K's train would be an NS-EMD SD70 ACE. Amtrak 42 would unfortunately get blocked by 10K, but it's whatever. Our next train would be a light power move of NS helper units. The following train after those NS helper units would be NS 260, with a pair of NSGEs on the head end, once again. After 260, we would head to the east side of the Galitzin tunnels to catch some NS trains. Our first train is a pair of helper units. After those two helper units, we would see NS-28X coming out of the Galitzin tunnel with a NS-C6M rebuild leading the consist. Sneaking right up behind 28X was NS-26X, with an NS-C6M leading an NS-9 due to be rebuilt into a C6M in the coming years. After 26X went by, we would hear NS-597 coming, with an NS-ET-44 leading the consist. After 597 went by, we decided to go get lunch, and when we returned to the tracks, we went to the other end of the Gallitzin tunnels. Our first train would be NS-25G coming out of the tunnel with a C6M leader. After 25G went by, we decided to go for lunch and find some other things to look for. When we returned trackside, we caught NS-39G leaving Altoona, with an NS-C6M leading an NS-Ace, an NS-C6M in the middle, and a pair of helpers on the rear. This train was a monster and was crawling for quite some time. After 39G went by, we decided to head back to Gallitzin and see if we could beat it there. And in fact, we did. Right when we got there, NS-20H was rounding the corner with an NS-Givo pair. After 20H went by, it was time for NS-39G to come struggling by. While 39G was struggling by, the only pair of NS Ace helper units decided to show up, heading light power back to Altoona. After the pair of aces went by, we decided to try to beat 39G again to Carney's Crossing, and we did once again. Here they are getting back up on the move after they were stopped for a brief second. "39G took roughly about 15 minutes to clear Carney's Crossing, and about 20 or so minutes later, NS 594 comes crawling around the corner with a 2x2x2 engine consist. All C6Ms besides the 2 rear helper units. After 594 passed, it was time for Amtrak 43, the Pennsylvanian coming from New York heading to Pittsburgh with a normal P42 leading the consist. Now, you would think after we have a 4.5 hour journey back home, we would leave after Amtrak 43. But no, instead we decided to stay a few more hours because we heard of an NS M1V getting ready in Altoona with a NS GP38 leading the contest. So we stuck around, and our next train was NS 258. NS 258 came to a stop not too far away from us to meet with NS 257 heading towards Chicago, with a NS C6M leading a Tier 4 GEVO and a pair of ACUs on the rear. Now, was it a smart idea to stay for NS M1V? Probably not. But the consist and the horn made up for it extremely, in my honest opinion. So I will let you hear it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my day trip to Altoona with my buddy Ethan. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Yeah, it was a great trip. Yeah. Really don't know what else to say. But I will let you guys enjoy this slideshow. Thankfully, we made it home safely that evening, and we would be out bright and early again the next morning for another special heritage unit. That locomotive being the... Hopefully you caught it, but yeah, that's what we'd be out for the next morning. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Stay safe and take care.